We're Claudia and Mark, and these are some of the places we like to wander. Actually, today it's just Mark. See him wander the McCrea Lake Trail all the way out to the rapids. Access to the McCrea Lake Trail is off Highway 400. Leave the highway at exit 168, Crooked Bay Road, Georgian Bay Road. Follow around to the southbound ramp, and then take the small road that leads to the parking lot. So this is the second video I'm making of McCrea Lake. The first one, we only went as far as the Eagle's Nest. Today the plan is to hike all the way to the end of the trail, which is where the McDonald River goes over rapids, waterfalls, into Georgian Bay. So out and back is about a 15-kilometer hike. Now, I was here Sunday, which was a beautiful day, thinking I was going to do the trail, and this parking lot was completely full. So full that there were people parking up the road where it's signed no parking, the hill behind me here. And when I arrived, the township by law enforcement people were here writing parking tickets for everybody that was parked beyond the parking area. So if there is, the parking lot's full, there's really nowhere else to park nearby. It's quite a distance before there's anywhere else to park. So do be sure if you come that you park within the designated parking area, or you're probably going to get a ticket or maybe even get towed. So today we're off to the end of the trail, 15-kilometer out and back, and we've been to the Eagle's Nest, we've been to the waterfall before, but let's have a look at the end of the trail. This being the first time I've been on the trail this year, first thing I notice is that the yellow blazes have been replaced with red markers. So not sure if it's all the way, but here's the yellow blaze trail. It could now be the red blaze trail. Little tricky getting across this muddy section, which last year was completely underwater. We're mid-July now, so the water level's gone down a bit. We haven't had a lot of rain lately, so things are a little drier. Few mosquitoes, but generally not too bad. Of course, I'm in a real swampy section here, so the mosquitoes are kind of expected here. There's been some maintenance done to the trail. Larger trees that have fallen been cut away, and a few of these muddy crossings are more filled in with some sticks to make it easy to cross over without getting your feet all muddy. Maintain your balance on the way across. So today's the 13th of July. The trail's in fantastic condition. We did have some showers earlier this week, which has made some of the spots, I'd call them damp, not really wet. Some of the spots that we were on the trail last year were underwater or pretty much dried up now. But the trail itself, fantastic condition. So at the Eagle's Nest, beautiful day. It's 13th of July, 2022. Partly cloudy, a little overcast at times, but 20, 22, 23 degrees maybe. And just a nice day. Started to sweat a bit on the hike. Apparently I smell absolutely delicious to the bugs. So I don't think I smell quite as good to everyone else. But from here, we'll head off and continue the trail down to where the McDonald River actually empties out into Georgian Bay at the waterfall rapids. So from the Eagle's Nest, continuing on to the end of the trail, and the bugs are getting pretty thick here. First thing I noticed is past the Eagle's Nest, the red blazes have stopped. We're back to just the yellow ones, so I'll see if that continues the trend for the rest of the trail out here. And a little bit of breeze would be nice to blow some of these bugs away. I'm looking at the camera right now, the GoPro. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deer flies on it right now. Thinking that the GoPro might be something tasty to eat. Well, it's better than me. Yeah, lots of deer flies, little delta wing guys. They're buzzing like crazy today, and they're all over me. I haven't seen any more red markers at all since the Eagle's Nest, so It appears the red ones just take you as far as the eagle's nest. Look out over McCrea Lake. The trail from the eagle's nest has become obviously less used. Most people obviously go as far as the eagle's nest, which is a beautiful lookout over McCrea Lake, and it's probably as far as they go, and less people make the trek all the way to the end of the trail. But other than the bugs, beautiful day. I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not, but deer flies are just swarming, and a bit of an opening here. They are hundreds of them. So, a shortcut. Main trail goes off to the left. 3 yellow markers on the tree here. And 2 yellow markers over on this tree. Sign that says shortcut. And the number of bugs today, I'll take the shortcut. At the other end of the shortcut, tree with 3 yellow markers on it, and I'm believing we go off to the right here. There's a swampy lake in front of us, and I would say that to the left takes you the long route. We've come across the shortcut, so we're going to go to the right and follow the yellow blazes toward the end of the trail. A bit of a beaver dam at the end of this small little lake we've come to at the junction. Not a very high dam, but taking the water deep enough to keep the beavers happy.
Okay, this is the worst I've ever seen for deer flies in all my travels. I feel like Pigpen, you know, on Charlie Brown. He's always a swarm of cloud of dust around him. Well, I got a swarm of deer flies, and they are relentless today. Should have worn long sleeves today. And that, I would say, that a bear looking for some grubs or whatever else might have been underneath that patch of dirt that the bears pawed up. We are in bear country. In case you've been out for a while, you could stop and use the laundry facilities here with the washing machine. Looks like a cooler as well. Been here a while. How they ever got here. Looks like we're getting close to Georgian Bay here. Saw the roof of a cottage not too far back. It's just off the trail. And there's water. Oh yeah, and cottages to the left here, so must be very close to the end of the trail. These beautiful granite outcroppings, which are so typical of Georgian Bay. Lines of quartz running through them down into the pine and mixed forests. Towards the end of the trail, we're going over several open granite sections, and the trees are fewer and far between. I've noticed the trail markers, the yellow blazes, are a little harder to pick up. The trail has become relatively indistinct. There are some stone cairn markings crossing the big granite outcropping areas, but just a word of caution, it is a little harder to pick up the trail here, so before you move on, make sure you're aware of where you were, and make sure you can see some sort of indicator before you venture off and get away from the actual trail. Getting towards the end, a bit of a clearing and a bit of a breeze, which is taking bugs away, fortunately, which is a great relief. A few bugs. It's the outdoors. It's worth the effort. Like some claw marks there. I think this is a small inlet bay towards the end of the trail here on McCrea Lake that we're just going to go around the end of here. And good news is the bugs are back to a reasonable level. What you'd expect. Amount of bugs, not like it was for that central 3 or 4 kilometers where they were just overwhelming. So almost at the end of the trail. Tree with 2 yellow and a blue marker. Go to the right, goes down to a campsite by that little bay that we just walked by. Straight ahead is a very nice outlook. Looks out over McCrea Lake. And then down to the left is a little trail that takes you with a nice view over the rapids that drop out of McCrea Lake into Georgian Bay. Great spot for lunch. So this is the end of the trail where McCrea Lake falls out into Georgian Bay. There may be a way down to the actual rapids for somebody who's a little younger than me, but seems to be pretty steep right here to get down to the rapids. If you come by boat from Georgian Bay, you can access it by your boat or your dinghy, but it's really steep down on this side of the rock cut here, but it's still a beautiful view. There's a nice height of land for you to sit on at the end and look back over McCrea Lake. Not such a great view of the rapids here, but I'll have a bite to eat and then poke around, see if I can find some more ways down. Great hike out to the rapids and a bit of lunch, and now it's time to return. It was, according to Relive, 8.5 kilometers on the way out, and the distance with the zigs and zags that I did. And we'll head back to the parking lot and get the total distance for the trip out and the trip back. Massasauga rattlesnake. Just give him or her a nice wide little berth. The McCrea Lake Trail, 17 kilometers from the parking lot out to the rapids and back. It's a linear trail, so it's out and back on the same route. The terrain's relatively moderately difficult, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of exposed tree roots and rocks, but generally not too bad. There is a couple cliff areas, which are a consideration if you've got young kids with you, but generally it's a very nice, well-marked trail, easily accessible, and well worth the effort.